Today on the Skid Factory, Woody moves into his new home.
Hi, Mum.
(10-4) Rubber Ducky 27, no mowies. Can I get a radio check?
Welcome back to the Skid Factory. The Pajero is up and running, it's tuned, it's running great. And now I've got a leaking steering rack. So instead of repairing that, I've got my priorities sorted and I'm going to be installing a rooftop tent. So when it comes to camping, you can set up the family tent that takes you 3 hours and you get yelled at by your mum or your missus and there's tent pegs missing. Or you can sleep in a swag, but there's still not enough room and your missus is still yelling at you. If you're a baller like Alan, you can tow your camper trailer or your caravan, which you don't have, but I know you want one. But for me, I want to tow the boat behind and I wanted a rooftop tent. So I popped down to see the guys at Drifta Stockton in Slacks Creek. They have got an awesome range down there. There's plenty of products. Their rooftop tents are just outstanding quality. And for the size that I wanted, it was absolutely perfect. Drifta as a business started 21 years ago by an avid camper, Luke Sutton, who was after some innovative ways to improve camping rather than being in a tent. And these days they produce some awesome products, not only rooftop tents, but camp kitchens, camp drawers. They do full vehicle fit outs in Gloucester, New South Wales. They've also got a Drifta Stockton store in Gosford and Heatherbrae, New South Wales, and also in Slacks Creek in Queensland, which is where I went to pick up this beauty. This is a 1.2 model, not the 1.4. There is one which is a slightly bigger, but for the size of the Pajero, I do want to have an awning off the side too. The 1.2 is a perfect match. I do have to replace the standard rails on the roof as they are plastic, and my good friend Ryan, who's a Pajero enthusiast, tells me they're not going to last. I was just going to bolt it to those.
I told you that as well.
Well, they only rated to 60 kilos, so...
I told you to replace
This
them
is 60 kilos as it is, and then with my fat ass in there, I'll be breaking through the plastic.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
I told you to replace them.
So I've got some steel brackets to go on the roof to replace them. I've also got some aluminium extrusion. I could have fitted up maybe like a roof cage like Alan's got on the Patrol, like a Titan, a roller Titan, but instead I'm just going to put some extrusion on there. So let's pull the interior apart.
That's the catch.
I've already done this job on your car years ago.
Twice.
Twice? Twice?
Yeah.
I'll put them off again, eh?
Yeah.
God
and
damn.
then put it back on again.
Oh my gosh. It's an easy job.
So he knows what to do.
I know what to do. Let's get stuck into it. The standard Mitsubishi roof racks are bolted through the roof via some 6mm bolts. This requires the roof lining to be lowered and the rear ventilation ducts to be removed. There you go! Once the racks were removed, the rail trims were discarded to reduce the chance of any more schmutz building up under the trim. The bolts on the front. Sealant is applied to the bolt holes and the heavy-duty steel racks can then be fitted. Roughly, yeah. This one's a bit shallower. I mean, this is a bit longer, the next one. Yeah, and this one's... So they come in, the further forward they go, closer in.
They're big ass slots. So water will be washing better, I suppose.
Came undone. Some 40mm aluminium extrusion is bolted between the racks and provides a strong support for the Drifta rooftop tent.
You doing, Church?
Just camping out?
I know you like it here, but probably not the best campsite around in this area.
So the rooftop tent's all set up, bolted on, good to go. There was a couple of other additions to the rooftop tent, which is this camp chair and bamboo table. Absolutely mint.
Bamboo, you reckon?
Bamboo, yep. Even came with a homegrown mandarin.
I thought bamboo was round and green and had pandas eating it.
I think that's, I don't know.
Don't you have bamboo undies as well?
I got bamboo socks, yeah. I don't know how they do
It's
that.
a whole new world of bamboo products.
So,
how do you get in it?
there's a ladder, but the ladder's in the car.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I was so excited after setting it up. We finished up in the night time, stopped by the supermarket on the way home, got some lemon squash, got some food, went camping over the weekend, rode the dirt bikes, super comfy. It took me, how long was it to set up? 45 seconds, pop it up. Awesome weekend, and it was really cool to get a gist of what else I need when I'm camping. So, I jumped onto Super Cheap Auto's website and I got a whole bunch of stuff delivered straight to the door, Alan.
Did you buy that on Supercheap's website?
Everything. Oh, that thing? Nah. You'll have to adjust the lighting. You know how to do that? Remember the way I taught you?
No, it's fine.
So, everything that I'm going to need in the Pajero in the long run when we go camping, A, on the beach, B, out bush, and C, making sure that the fridge is always cold and always stocked full of lemon squash. Recovery gear, lighting, I've got tow stuff, radio, battery chargers, battery station, and some drawers. So come around this side, Alan, and I've just been fiddling around this morning. This is obviously a massive job too, so all that stuff. Also got a winch for the front. All this stuff isn't going to be done in one day. This is going to be over the next, I'm going to say, month, setting this up because there's so much stuff. So XTM drawers is the same as what we've got in Al's Patrol. So that's going to be on that side. This side, I'm still waiting on the camp kitchen, so that's going to come out. The drawer, the back door here, I've got this cover removed because I'm planning on having a table mounted into here and also make use of this space in behind the trim for storage. So that's going to get done.
Look at that Stezza, bro.
Stezza, Rockford, subwoofer.
You
Underneath
you
here...
can annoy people in the middle of the night when you're camping.
Yeah, of course we can.
But only until you're 30.
No, only until 8 o'clock is the time, isn't it? 8:30.
Yeah, that's not how it works for
Whatever.
bogans.
So, speaking of storage, this is where the spare wheel, the third row of seats fold down into. So that's usually the cover. The plan is to have everything kind of out of the way and set up smart. Got these Ridge Ryder AGM batteries, so they're 26 amp hours each. So all up, whatever that equals, 130 amp hours I think it is. They can be stacked like that too. It's really good. They come in a battery pack on itself. I actually used that camping, and 3 of those lasted with the fridge. Was it 5 days, I think, was it, Alan?
Yeah. It's they seem to punch a lot above their weight compared to a normal, like the rating's low, but yeah, they seem to be ridiculously long lasting. So
here I'm going to have batteries here and also the compressor. So this is actually just the standard.
Stop moving, you're hard to film.
Oh, sorry. No, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I do.
That's how that comes from Super Cheap. But the tank comes off, and I'm going to be mounting it in the boot. Because I can. I'm a bit worried about the heat from that, but we'll see what happens.
I reckon we've got heaps of that heat insulation stuff. You might be able to put a little wall in between it.
Oh yeah, true that. So that's the plan anyway. There's lots to do. Lots of equipment. Now I've just got to get it fit up. Maybe I can call Paddy from Smart and say, yo.
Yeah, because you're asking me questions about
there's
battery managers and stuff, and I'm like, no.
You can't just, that's all well and good to like
maybe Google it,
see it in my mind and mount it there, but there's got to be like circuit breakers and fuses and stuff, everything.
This is where experience comes in, isn't it?
Yeah. I am experienced a little bit, not so much with 12 volt stuff.
Twitch and tape for the win, bros. Yeah.
So let's get stuck into that and stay tuned over the next, it's going to probably be 2 minutes for you, but it's going to be 4 weeks for us.
What's happening here?
I don't know. Having a nap.
It's one of those dudes that rocks over to your campsite, starts talking to you, then cracks himself one of your beers. Sauce.
AGM batteries provide a number of options when it comes to mounting. No matter where they are located, securely mounting them is a must. In this case, I've laid the batteries on their side and bolted them to the floor with some 6mm nut certs. Given the weather conditions on the Sunshine Coast, I can't see myself ever using the rear fog light, so I'm swapping it out with a Ridge Ryder LED spotty that would come in handy when reversing a trailer in low light conditions. I don't plan on installing a bull bar, so I'm mounting the UHF aerial onto the spare wheel carrier at the rear. This keeps it out of harm's way and still provides me with good reception so I can talk smack on the radio. A couple of final additions to the centre console includes a custom four-wheel drive select lever and a likewise gear knob.
Uh, 10-4 rubber ducky 27 no mowies. Can I get a radio check? 10-4 rubber ducky 27. Can I get a radio check, Castlemaine?
Yeah, Drifta Stockton, Comspec car radios, Bosby Islington, yeah, over.
So that's a copy on the radio check. Bosch Alternate over.
You forgot to say over.
Palm tree corrugated iron. I did say over. Over.
Yeah, Cap Industries Ridge Ryder fridge, Kenilworth State Forest, KDM 300 over.
Komatsu redback forklift. Super cheap auto engine crane. I'm just looking around at things to say. Over.
It makes it easier when you can look around and see things over.
Likewise, gear shifter, Red Arc brake controller. Sure is over.
New blue alloyed hats at the merch store, check it out. www.ht12s13theskidfactory.net.com. Over.
Don't forget that. Over.
I said over.
Roger.
Setting up camp at night is never fun, so I'm installing some LED lights to either side of the car and also onto the tailgate. Each wire is crimped and routed through the roof via a watertight bulkhead. It's all well and good to have a dual battery system, but without any charge, it's useless. That's where a Red Arc BCDC charger steps in. There's nothing worse than being that guy with a warm fridge full of lemon squash.
Didn't we negotiate that you were going to bring me a lemon squash?
Well, yeah, but the fridge is still out of the car because I haven't put the drawers back in. And there's no beer in there. It's empty. I mean, lemon squash.
That's defeating the purpose of the fridge.
Well, I want to show off my fancy 12-volt wiring, Alan.
What, you mean those series of powering rounds?
Series of red and black wires.
Why do you take so long?
Because it's a tedious job, and you know that it's a tedious job.
I know, I hate doing silly...
I now have a huge appreciation for people who do this day in, day out. People like Anthony from Drover Electrical, our mate, who wired Nathan's V12 Land Cruiser. Hats off to you, dude, because this stuff is not as easy as it looks. It's well and good to have a plan in your head, but then when you've got 10 wires that need to be routed...
10?
12. It's a hard job, so... Dual battery system is done. I have got the compressor in the back here too with a tank, which has been hardwired in, and also operating via a switch, which currently doesn't work because someone may have accidentally powered...
Who could that be?
Someone may have accidentally forced 12 volts down the wrong wire and blew the brand new compressor up.
Something. Derp.
All these switches also have, I've got lights, so light in the back door. I don't think I filmed that one either, so I've just screwed that in there. That's really bright, actually. One on the side of the rooftop tent, and then also one in the inside the awning. So when I've got the awning out and around, it can shine light. I'm pretty stoked at that. That's all fused, and there's also circuit breakers. This is just from a bloody boat shop too. Like, I'm probably going to go buy some for my tinny because I'm really impressed with those. This is the Ridge Ryder control hub thing, which is just basically I've left that there so that I've got USB ports and also still a Anderson output on the top. Stuff just for charging my phones and stuff.
So these stackable battery things from Ridge Ryder, we were like thinking that because they're only 26 amp hour. But
yeah, they're not powerful wise, amp hour wise, they're not powerful. All up, that's 130 amp hours. 3 of those by themselves ran the fridge for, I think it was 5 days. So yes, it's winter time here, so it's not obviously operating as hard. But
that's with no charge, nothing charging.
That was no charge, no.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
I've ran these batteries off the solar panel on the roof. I don't think I filmed that either, but there's a solar panel mounted on the roof. It's been going for about a month now without having any alternator charge, but it was starting to get a bit low. When we have a week of rain, the battery got really low. So I've wired in a Red Arc BCDC 1225D. So this is a huge advantage when it comes to dual battery systems. Well, in the first place, a dual battery system is going to be needed for your camping rig if you've got fridges and compressors and stuff running and a winch and whatever. You're going to need to have some kind of dual battery system either under the bonnet or in the boot. Usually people would mount the BCDC charger in the engine bay, but I've ran wires all the way back here and routed it and mounted it back here closer to the dual batteries in the back here. And that's a really smart system, so it inputs charge from the solar, it inputs charge from the alternator, and most modern cars these days have a smart alternator too, so the ECU actually physically will
They call them smart, but it's not that smart.
Well, I don't know how they work, but yeah, back in the short term, the alternator, ECU switches the alternator off to stop it from charging, so the BCDC that figures it out and gets the input and knows.
I actually don't know how that works either, but it is required.
Yeah. So that's all running. I was actually pretty scared when I first hit the switch, thinking that there was going to be smoke pouring out.
Didn't you ask me to go down the back and tell you if anything was smoking?
Yeah. And you're like, what's that smell? The neighbours just burnt some toast, that's all.
So confident in your work.
So, Red Arc BCDC charger, and also installed a Red Arc brake controller. My boat doesn't have electronic brakes, but...
Electronic, you see?
I have...
Electric, you mean?
Electric brakes, but I have towed car trailers in the past with electric brakes, so that's a huge plus. And the Red Arc Tow Pro is
It's not like that big old clunky thing with a big lever on it.
I had one in the Challenger which was at my knee and I kept on bumping it, and I didn't realise that I'd be driving along with my knee resting on it and my brake lights are on the whole time. Just one of those slide things. Yeah. Which worked well, but the Tow Pro is
it's all hidden away and it
so
just
advanced.
has a single
All you got is a
dial.
little button, yeah, it's in the dash, it's perfect location.
I've got one of them in the Porsche.
Another thing I just installed was a Cap Industries fire extinguisher bracket in the front. Got a fire extinguisher back here,
That's for when you set fire to your dinner.
When I've got dinner at the
And the
back
other one's
here.
for when your 12-volt wiring in the front
Yeah.
catches on fire.
Yeah. So that's pretty much done for... I'm not going to say done for accessory because I know I've got a few more things. There's still a bunch of stuff up on the shelf there to fit. I have got a winch and some lights which I'm going in the front. There's so much more to go on the Pajero. I want to do bar work. I want to lift it. I want to put some lockers in. I want to go off-road in this thing.
Go forward driving,
Go
perhaps?
forward driving. The one thing I'm keen about is hooking your winch up and winching cars out of the shed instead of pushing them because I'm sick of pushing cars up that hill. So that's going to be handy, I know that. And maybe paint two-tone from here down, bumpers silver, like the Gen 3s. I'm going to leave that one up to the comments section. Flares, the flare line and the bumper line. What do you reckon? It's going to stop that lighting. This flare line and the bumper line.
I don't even have an opinion
But also
I
cut
don't
all
care
this
about
off.
paint.
Bar works, rock sliders, 37s, they don't fit.
That's quitter talk.
Let me know how I've done with the 12 volt. I think I've done a pretty good job because I know it's hard. Anyone can just twitch and tape and put 5 billion terminals onto your battery in the front, but I've only got one. So I think I've done a good job.
It might not have the same fate as the car that you got the engine out of.
No.
I'm fairly sure that's
Someone-
probably something to do with 12-volt
Yeah,
wiring.
in the comment section in the first episode, people said that apparently there was some wiring. I don't know. I can't remember it when I was working for Mitsubishi, but that was a long time ago too. So my guess is someone did the insurance job. Well, my car's running on 3 cylinders. It's going to cost me too much. Let's set it on fire.
Because the rocket had fallen off.
Yeah. Anywho, I'm going to throw the drawers in. I'm going camping. I'm going out to Kenilworth. Going to cook a steak on my Weber.
You taking the dirty?
No, you got to clean the dirt bikes because it's your turn.
No way.
Yeah, it is.
Why is yours so shit?
Mine's the better bike.
No, it's not. It's old junker.
Who nailed that hill yesterday? And who fell off going up it?
That was more to do with rider
That
skill,
was
perhaps.
you. You fell off.
I didn't fall off. I just flipped it.
Just didn't get a stick in the face.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dean. Anyway, thanks for watching, homies. Plenty more to come for the Pajero. Tune in next week. Maybe we might do your car next week. Who knows what's next week? Maybe you might be back on the Bedford. Maybe the Bedford episode's already been shown. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Check us out at the merch store for your t-shirts and the hats. And we'll see you next time for some more deep fried diesel project drinking straw. Thanks for that. Yeah, look, aim at the camera. Say hi.
We can't always work on 1,000 horsepower barrows. Sometimes you got to build your bloody four-wheel drive as well. So stop complaining.
Sounds like you're a bit butthurt about that.
You might have to ask for your money back, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah. Then you cash in that 0.2 of YouTube sent.
Yeah. Got to pay for your bandwidth.
Choose your own adventure, boys.